All right, welcome everybody. I'm Matt Ryan.
I'm Jay Miller.
You are in the Free Lunch Studios, and we are going to cherry pick our favorite items out of the previews catalog for items shipping in, is it July? This is for the July edition. We've got all of our stuff flagged out here.
Boom.
This will be fun. We'll talk briefly about each book and why we're interested in it. This is something that we're going to do every month. It's great to have Jay along on the ride with us this time.
It's good to be here. Thanks, man.
And let's get started. Now, according to this, there's a lot, and we're going to go in page order. So
let's do it.
You're gonna have a lot of input at one point. I skip right through all the way to IDW. Call the Eternal. I still don't know if it's going to be any good yet, but IDW publishes it. Unfortunately, they're locked in the same kind of story that Red Sonja is doing. But I have high hopes.
I haven't researched that a lot yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Can Cull survive America's Greatest Crisis? Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
That's my first pick for the month. No Conan this month.
What's happening with Conan?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
So I'm thinking about shooting a message to Mr. Bond and seeing if he can keep track of all of his jobs. And we've discovered
he's all over the place.
He's writing a ton of stuff. So I'm going to hand the scepter over to you. There's a lot of books there flagged.
Okay.
It looks like it's the. Are you in the? You're in the image section.
So I'm a big image guy. Probably the first thing I have marked is the God Country trade paperback. All right. So God Country is a new one that there was a lot of speculation on from Image. They're not necessarily reinventing the wheel with the story, but I thought the story was solid. The art was beautiful, and it all came together really well. Unfortunately, it's only a 6-part series, but this looks like it's one of those that's going to be great just to have kind of in your library.
Very cool. Very cool. You're next again.
Oh, I'm up again.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what we got.
This part of the program has been brought to you by Image.
It has. So the next one I have is called the Street Angel Game. It's their hardcover. All right, that's kind of what it's going to look like. All right. I haven't heard of this previously, but the description reads, "What if Kal-El had been found by the Warriors instead of the Kents? The deadliest girl alive accidentally joins a super violent street gang. Are the Bleeders the family Jesse never had, or is Jesse the child that they never wanted?"
And this is an original graphic novel. This isn't a miniseries collected or anything like that.
Yeah, but it looks really cool. The art looks like a lot of fun, and it's another one that, especially coming from Image, I'm more than happy to kind of take a chance on. Let's see what we got next. The next one I have is called Curse Words. All right, Curse Words number 6. They're starting a new story arc with number 6. I'm a big art guy. I love kind of the color palette they use in Curse Words. They're definitely not afraid just to do some really funky stuff. And then obviously with Image, they're also not afraid to be pretty graphic with their content as well. So if you haven't read Curse Words, again, a lot of fun, really kind of adult and out there. My next one is Seven to Eternity number 8.
We share that one.
Boom. So Seven to Eternity number 8. This is one of those stories by Rick. How do we pronounce his last name? Rick Remender. As with many stories, has been, at least 10 years in the making before he decided to kind of pull the trigger on putting this story out there. There's a lot of depth. It's a huge universe. Hopefully the story doesn't get lost in kind of the scope.
And if you're paying attention, you've got James Herron drawing at this issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Jerome this time.
So definitely should be a good one to watch out for and definitely read. All right, definitely read that one. Let's see, my last one here is Namwolf number 4. All right. And that is by Eric Powell's company called Albatross Comics. It's his own company. he kind of has a say in what everything that kind of gets published. The art is different than what you see almost anywhere. And the thing I like about this is that, Eric Powell kind of just gives everybody their canvas and says, go nuts. They're not afraid to try new things. They're not afraid to get people for some really funky cover art. I don't know if you can see that, all right? But
has kind of a blacklight feel to it.
yeah. So, but like every now and then they'll just get they'll do like a special edition cover. The other thing that I love about Albatross, if you're a collector, is that you can just order the cover for maybe $1 or $2 more, sometimes the same price as the regular one. Unlike some stores and some companies that want to just mark everything up.
Sure.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Go back to you,
now it's
Joey.
back to me for a while. My next book flagged here is the Riverdale Digest, and this is when they're actually reprinting the rebooted Archie line. Some great talents, and it's shrunk down to the digest size, but I really kind of dig that. Pleasantly surprised, and we've got jammers now that are really hooked on that Riverdale concept. They're really going full bore into the series. So I like that, and I'm excited because they're also distributing that Marvel reprint digest. So that might be coming out quarterly. I didn't see it solicited this month. My risk for the month is going to be this Lola
So excited for this.
XO.
Looks so cool.
This is the cover for the miniseries, but I'm gonna get the trade. It's gonna come out mid-month, and it's gonna be a trade paperback. It's gonna collect the first series. Doesn't say anything about the page count or anything. Oh wait, 216 pages. If it looks like if it's the same artist on the cover as the interiors, this is gonna be a gorgeous book.
Yeah, the art looks awesome.
So we'll do a video talking about that. Excuse me. Next thing I have flagged here, and that's from Aspen. Sorry for not doing the shout out. This next one's not for me. It's for Elena, my daughter. She loves what Boom is doing with the WWE comics.
They've been doing. I can't believe how well they've been doing.
It is really
and
cool.
Not that I haven't ever been a fan of the WWE, but just to kind of bring those two worlds together with comic books, I'm surprised it's been a hit. It's been really cool.
It's because we've heard good feedback at one of the stores that we've gone to. It's interesting to see how, and it's Dennis Hopeless who's writing this, but he's writing these stories about what's not happening in front of the camera, and my daughter just eats it up, and they're fun. They're very fun.
Cool.
Next up.
Ooh, here it is.
Yeah, well, as my Robert E. Howard dedicated purchasing habits. Red Sonja #7 from Dynamite. I will be supporting Ben Caldwell's covers. I love what he does.
His covers are really...
He's really talented.
Yeah.
Really talented.
Can't say enough about him.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So I'll be getting that too, and it's going to be in... she's going on a new adventure across America. Does that sound familiar? Oh my gosh. So here's hoping. And then my last pick for this month. I love Steve Ellis. He's a great guy. Offered from the Paper Cuts line way back here in the independent section. The Only Living Boy.
Looks cool.
I loved his High Moon. I loved Box 13. You know, I freaked out when Steve ended up doing a cover for Conan not too long ago. So I'm going to pick up the first trade. I'm a little bit behind the times on this, but I am excited to get that. I know art wise it's going to be great.
Yeah,
Just
art looks great.
You know, and it looks like a fantasy based kind of book, and they're actually soliciting in this catalog the 5th trade. But it looks really good, so I'm excited about that. That's it for the big catalog. Jay, you've got a couple things flagged in the Marvel section.
I do. You know, I'm big on independent. I like when writers and artists are able to just kind of, say, hey, a lot of times by Image saying, hey, this is kind of your thing, you go nuts with it. All right. I generally stay away from DC and Marvel, at least because lately you kind of know what you're getting. It's not a lot of, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen here. I wonder what they're going to do with the art here, the writing and this and that. But one thing that kind of got me back into comics as of late was the Star Wars line. We're going to talk about that shortly. But one thing that interests me, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up yet, is this one called I Am Groot. It's a really, really cool cover, all right? It's little kind of baby Groot just throwing around a bunch of dudes here, all right? A bunch of henchmen just kind of tossing them about. My only issue with Marvel and them really attacking Guardians of the Galaxy is that I feel like they should do their thing with Guardians of the Galaxy and stay away from what's going on in the movies. I feel like they're trying to mirror everything that's going on in the movies, and they could easily stay away from that and do just as well.
I can see the allure of chasing after the movie plots and themes because the movies do so well. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, I was enjoying the Brian Michael Bendis run, and I just picked up the new team. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
So I'll probably stay with that.
Cool. The other, everything else that I'm going to pick up, Star Wars 33.
Consistently good.
A great story. Dr. Aphra is an ongoing one, and I think, you can see by that cover, it's only getting better and better.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just ever since Dr. Aphra took off, they're just investing more and more. It looks great. Poe Dameron has been solid. I'm not as big on the kind of movie adaptations. They've been doing a little 6-part series on movie adaptations. I think they're just trying to...
Those are big sellers. They know that they're going to churn those.
To me, it feels like they're putting it out there just to kind of, bring in that profit, which,
Or bring in readers.
Bring in readers.
Wow.
The one thing that I'm really excited about is the new Darth Vader.
That cover is phenomenal.
Boom. Right there. Hopefully you guys can see that.
They should sell that as a poster.
Yeah, they just finished Darth Vader. They finished with Darth Vader. It was a 25 issue series. My only thing with them doing this again so soon is that it's just that. I feel like Darth Vader just ended like a month or two ago, and it's just right again to Darth Vader.
Marvel, can we create a thing where if you're going to do a Darth Vader series, put a subtitle on it. Darth Vader and the old man beatdown. Just judging from the picture. But I think that would have a real value, and then your readers would kind of know what they're buying into. I think that, especially with how many times Marvel reboots, and probably DC's a victim of this too, like when you're constantly rebooting these concepts and constantly having number ones, put a subtitle under it. Like Game of Thrones, or A Game of Thrones, was the name of the first book. But then they named them different things as they went, and you kind of knew what it was. Even with the Star Wars line, every single book was Star Wars A New Hope, or Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, or Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Yeah. I
think that would have real value here.
I just think, like, from a collector's standpoint, it's frustrating to see that, I enjoy when they do like a cool cover. I don't, it doesn't matter to me if it's a 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10, 1 in 5, whatever it is. If there's cool cover art, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna stack it in my room somewhere just to look at it all the time. And it just, it's confusing. The other thing that I think they could have done better was kind of slowly build him back into the regular plot, and then right as some big event's about to happen, boom, we're dropping another Darth Vader.
And then you could scooch him right out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's going out on his own thing because this is what happened in kind of the regular story.
And then you can honor continuity and stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
All right, so Marvel, if you're paying attention, this is how you should run your business.
I'm sure they will. They're going to be hitting play as soon as we finish here.
All right, so those are our picks for the books that are going to be shipping in July. We're coming to you from Free Lunch Studios right here in Terriffill, Connecticut.
Yep.
We want to thank you for watching. If you want to find out more about some of the cool things that we do here at Free Lunch Comics, you can go to freelunchcomics.com. You can check out the Free Lunch Studios page on Patreon, where I have prints and comics and caricatures and all sorts of stuff. Or we may see you at a local convention, or who knows where else. All right, so thanks a lot. This is Matt Ryan.
Jay.
We're signing off.
Boom. See you guys.
See you at the comic shop.